American home prices are going to explode in the next 5 years. At least this is what many institutional investors predict is going to happen, and they are putting hundreds of billions of dollars on the line with this bet. But are they right? And if so, can regular people make this work out in their favor? Let's talk about it. First, the backstory. Investors and bankers don't do analysis like regular people. They aren't looking at what home prices people are willing to pay. Much like your local used car dealer, they're looking at what buyers are willing to pay per month. And Americans have proven in the past few years that they are willing to pay a lot more for rent and mortgages than they did in the past. And this is an important distinction. In 2021, when home prices were rising rapidly and interest rates were at 2.5%, a 30-year mortgage of $500,000 would cost $1,975 per month. But now at 8% interest, the monthly cost for a $500,000 mortgage is $3,668, meaning the market accepted an 86% increase in payments. Of course, some prospective homebuyers predicted these higher rates would crash the major real estate markets, and they waited on the sidelines. But the crash never happened. There were still multiple offers on properties even at 8% interest rates. Check out the inventory in Maryland. If you put a half-decent house on the market, someone will buy it regardless of the interest rate. Much like flying with Spirit Airlines, people may complain, but ultimately they still pay. When an expected monthly payment is normalized for a market, it rarely falls. And even when it does fall temporarily during periods of low interest rates, it typically adjusts back quickly. So if we treat the payment as a fixed variable, then as rates go down, prices go up. So let's translate this into real-world numbers that an investment analyst would look at. Let's use the $500,000 mortgage at 8% as an example to keep things consistent. With that mortgage costing $3,667 a month, assuming no change in general demand or aggregate wages, were the mortgage rates to fall to 6%, prices would increase 21 to 24%, which would equate to over $600,000 if we keep the monthly mortgage payment consistent. And if the Fed decided to stimulate the economy by enacting policies to bring interest rates down, the impact would be more dramatic. At 5%, the upward pressure on prices would be 40 to 44%, and if rates went to 4%, we would see upward pressure on home prices of 55 to 59%. So that $500,000 house could become a $750,000 house or higher without the payments increasing. It's possible the monthly payments the market is willing to bear could go down, but it's unlikely. Remember, the previous generation thought $1,000 a month mortgages on a single-family house was excessive, and they thought it was a temporary outlier, but the payments never went back down, and it continues to rise to this day. So, in a way, history repeats itself. This is why I believe we see hedge funds continuing to purchase properties even when the cost of capital is as high as it is. Therefore, I believe the right course of action for prospective home buyers is to bite the bullet and purchase at the higher interest rates, as long as they can afford the payments. And then they would reap the benefits by refinancing when the rates went down. Going from 8% to 4% would reduce the principal and interest payments by a third, which is a much more realistic scenario than expecting the real estate market to just collapse 33%. But what do you guys think? Do you think that we might reach a breaking point with the high interest rates? Is there a chance that the real estate prices go down in the next few years and that housing may become more affordable? Are there factors you think I might have overlooked? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if this video provided value to you, give me a like and a follow. That really helps out my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video.